We're going to move on to our news focus. So keep sending us your messages as well as the answer to today's quiz. 네, 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 조선인들이 강제 동원돼 혹사당한 아픈 역사의 공간이자 일본 산업혁명 유산 중 하나로 유네스코 세계유산으로 등재된 일본 군함도가 기준치 이상의 성면 검출로 폐쇄됐다는 내용입니다. Let's listen to the story.
A municipal government in Japan has recently put the brakes on tourism to its controversial UNESCO World Heritage Site Battleship Island due to unsafe levels of asbestos. Peak levels of the cancer-causing agent were found to exceed the allowable safe level of asbestos by some 60%. The discovery led officials to nix tourism to the island pending further investigation. 4 years after the island's inscription to the UNESCO World Heritage List, Japan's promises to honor the Korean victims who suffered there remain unfulfilled.
네, 4년 전에 유네스코 세계유산으로 등재됐었던 이 일본 군함도가 이제는 여행객들이 못 가는 상태가 되었죠. 지금 이제 갈 수가 없는 상태가 되었습니다. All right, so looking at some of the expressions, a municipal government in Japan has recently put the brakes on tourism to its controversial UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Right, let me ask you this, Kaylin. Are you a driver? Do you drive?
I love driving.
Yeah, me too. So, of course, as you're driving, what happens to your car as you apply the brakes?
It slows down.
It slows down, and sometimes it might even come to a stop. And of course, that's no different than the usage here, but it's a bit more sort of metaphorical. It's a bit more figurative. When we use that expression to put the brakes on something, not a car, we mean to slow down that procedure or that process, or even sometimes to stop it completely.
네, 브레이크라는 이 단어는 바로 그 운전할 때 자동차의 브레이크를 말하는 거죠. So put the brakes on이라고 하면 브레이크를 밟다라는 표현인데
Sure.
거기서 온 거예요. 그래서 어떤 일의 진행 속도를 늦추다. 라는 의미가 있고요. 결국 이제 차도 정차를 하는 것처럼 완전히 뭐 끝을 내다 혹은 뭐 그만두다라는 의미로도 사용이 되지만 사실 브레이크에서 발을 떼면 또 다시 차가 갈 수는 있잖아요.
Yes,
그러니까
of course.
완전 폐쇄라는 말은 아니죠.
Correct.
So it could open again.
Absolutely. When we use that expression for something, it does mean that it may have stopped, but there's no reason it couldn't start again, just like your car.
Exactly. Okay. Now, moving on. Peak levels of the cancer-causing agent were found to exceed the allowable safe level of asbestos by some 60%, and the discovery led officials to nix tourism to the island pending further investigation.
Yeah, a couple of words we can look at there. One of them may be quite familiar. The other, I think, may be quite unfamiliar. The perhaps familiar word would be peak, but in this case it's P-E-A-K. And when we talk about a peak in this context, usually it's modifying level, so as it does in this case, peak level, and that refers to the highest level, the maximum level of whatever's being measured. You could have a peak sound level for us here in the radio business,
Right.
or as in this case, a peak level of asbestos.
Exactly. 산의 정상을 peak라고 부르잖아요. So the mountain peak, right? 그래서
Sure,
어떤 수치가 절정에 달았다라고 할 때 peak levels of 뭐뭐라고 얘기를 할 수 있죠. 그렇죠? And in this case, as you mentioned, asbestos, 성면의 수치가 기준치 이상, 그러니까 절정에 달았다라고 했습니다.
Now, there is another peak with a different spelling, and that's P-E-E-K. And when we use that peak with P-E-E-K, we're talking about taking a quick look at something. So as you walk down the street, you might take a peek into a building to see if there's any interesting shops or services there.
그렇죠. 절정의라는 이 단어는 P-E-A-K이고요. P-E-E-K라는 발음은 똑같지만 스펠링이 다른 단어가 있는데 P-E-E-K는 엿보다라는 표현이에요. 그래서 잠시 곁눈질하다라는 뜻이고요. Okay, well, moving on. Nix.
The other word. Yes, right. I forgot about the other word. Thank you.
The more unfamiliar word.
I think so, nix.
Yeah.
I'm guessing most of our listeners may be unfamiliar with that word. The spelling, very simple, N-I-X, nix. And that means to put an end to something or to cancel it. So we talked about putting the brakes on something, meaning slowing or stopping, but perhaps starting again. When we use nix, we mean it's absolutely stopped, and there is more of a nuance that it may not start again.
맞아요. 닉스는 put the brakes on보다는 좀 더 강한 의미의 표현이죠. 퇴짜 놓다 혹은 거부하다, 완전히 폐쇄하다 이런 의미예요. 그래서 다시 시작할 가능성은 매우 낮은 경우 nix 한다고 하죠. Okay, 4 years after the island's inscription to the UNESCO World Heritage List, Japan's promises to honor the Korean victims who suffered there remained unfulfilled.
Right. So I'm again sure that our listeners are familiar with the UNESCO World Heritage List. There are several Korean items on that list as well. And when something gets added to a list, if that list is rather prominent or important or official, then just to say that it was added to the list or written on the list, it's kind of a little lacking. It's not quite strong
Right.
enough. You need a better word for that. And that's the word used here, when it was inscribed to the list. It
Exactly.
means put on the list. It means added to the list, but it just carries that heavier meaning.
inscribe, inscribe라는 단어가 새기다, 글을 새기다라는 뜻이에요. 혹은 등재하다라는 의미인데 방금 말씀하신 것처럼 약간 공식적인 문서나 혹은 돌에 새길 때 그럴 때 inscribe를 사용하죠. 그리고 오늘 등장한 inscription은 바로 inscribe의 명사 형태로 글, 새겨진 글 혹은 등재라는 의미입니다. Alright, now let's listen to this story one more time.
A municipal government in Japan has recently put the brakes on tourism to its controversial UNESCO World Heritage Site Battleship Island due to unsafe levels of asbestos. Peak levels of the cancer-causing agent were found to exceed the allowable safe level of asbestos by some 60%. The discovery led officials to nix tourism to the island pending further investigation. 4 years after the island's inscription to the UNESCO World Heritage List, Japan's promises to honor the Korean victims who suffered there remain unfulfilled.
네, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 전 세계 야생 호랑이가 약 3,900마리라고 세계 자연기금이 추정하고 있는데요. 이 중 75%가 인도에 살고 있다고 합니다. 인도는 호랑이 최다 보유국답게 2006년부터 4년마다 대대적인 호랑이 호구 조사를 실시해 이를 공개하고 있습니다. Let's listen to the story.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently announced that India has met its goal of doubling the country's tiger population. What's more, it has done so 4 years ahead of schedule. And to top it all off, the announcement came on International Tiger Day, no less. According to a recent tiger census, nearly 3,000 of the animals now reside in India, accounting for a significant portion of the entire world's tiger population. During his speech, Modi expressed confidence that India could prosper economically and environmentally without endangering its wildlife.
저는 인도에 이렇게 호랑이가 많은 줄도 몰랐지만 국제 호랑이의 날이 있는지도 몰랐어요. 네, International Tiger Day 저도 잘 지켜봐야 될 것 같은데 예상보다 빨리 4년이나 빨리 호랑이 개체수가 2배로 인도에서 늘었다는 소식이었죠. Alright, so looking at it more into detail, Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently announced that India has met its goal of doubling the country's tiger population 4 years ahead of schedule.
Right, so if we just very quickly look at that phrase, ahead of schedule, simply means earlier than planned.
맞아요. 스케줄보다 ahead, 더 일찍 일어난 거니까 예상보다 어떤 일이 빨리 진행됐을 때 it's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, it's done early. So the schedule said this date, but it was done on an earlier date. We use that phrase.
네, 그리고 반대의 표현은 behind schedule이죠.
That's correct.
그래서 behind of schedule이라고는 하지 않습니다.
Very good point, yes.
So ahead of schedule, behind schedule.
Nice.
And to top it all off, the announcement came on International Tiger Day, no less.
Yeah, it's a bit of a fun phrase. You can use that expression no less as a way of expressing surprise or admiration for the importance of something or someone. Think of an example like this, perhaps. I don't know if you're a baseball fan, but Ryu Hyun-jin has been doing quite well over in the major leagues these days. So if we said this, oh, wow, yesterday, pitcher Ryu Hyun-jin got his 12th victory. He had an amazing game, and he did it while sick, no less.
와우. 자, no less는 물론 직역을 하면요. 덜 하지 않는다. 뭐 이런 뜻이잖아요. 우리 그래서 no more, no less라는 표현을 알고 계실 거예요.
Yeah,
더도
sure.
아니고 덜도 아니다. 이런 의미인데 여기선 그런 뜻이 아니죠. 보통 문장 끝에 와서 좀 강조를 하는 의미로
Right.
우리말로는 이렇게 표현할 수 있을 것 같아요. 역시.
Yeah, that's a good way to
바로
look at it.
이거예요.
Sure.
네. 그래서 어떤 사실을 얘기하고 한번 강조를 해줄 때 끝에 no less 붙여보시는 것도 좋을 것 같네요. According to a recent tiger census, nearly 3,000 of the animals now reside in India.
That's right. And the word reside simply means to live or to stay in a place. But when we use the word live, we often think of a human. So in this case, because we're talking about an animal, we use the word reside. But it doesn't always have to be for animals. Humans can also
Right.
reside in a place.
그렇죠. 보통 live라는 동사를 쓰면 사람이 어디에 살고 있다라는 의미로 거의 다 대부분 쓰이고요. reside는 사람도 되고 동물도 될 수 있는 살고 있다라는 뜻의 동사라고 보시면 됩니다. The last part of the article. During his speech, Modi expressed confidence that India could prosper economically and environmentally without endangering its wildlife.
That is correct. Now, I'm not sure if you or any of our listeners are Star Trek fans, but there's a very famous slogan from Star Trek, live long and prosper. And in this case, prosper means to do well, to be successful.
Live long and prosper.
That's from Star Trek.
오래 살고 번영하십시오. 뭐 이런 뜻이죠. 그렇죠. 네, 스타트rek에 나왔던 아주 유명한 대사인데요. prosper가 번영하다, 번창하다라는 의미입니다. All right, well, thank you, Walter. Now listen to the story one more time.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently announced that India has met its goal of doubling the country's tiger population. What's more, it has done so 4 years ahead of schedule. And to top it all off, the announcement came on International Tiger Day, no less. According to a recent tiger census, nearly 3,000 of the animals now reside in India, accounting for a significant portion of the entire world's tiger population. During his speech, Modi expressed confidence that India could prosper economically and environmentally without endangering its wildlife.
Thank you, Walter Sean Connery. Now, why don't you remind our listeners of today's quiz question?
Our quiz today asks this question. An event you can arrange with your friends at a public place, generally a park, is known as what? Is that number 1, picnic, or number 2, plant?
짧은 문자는 50원, 긴 문자는 100원, 샵 1045로 정답 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 1부에서는 추첨을 통해서 저자극 순환 비누 보내드리겠습니다. We'll be right back with the third news focus with Walter. This is Taylor Swift. You need to calm down. Welcome back to Morning Special. Now it's time to check out our next news focus. 네, 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 호날두 노쇼 사태를 초래한 이탈리아 프로축구 유벤투스의 책임을 회피하려는 태도예요. 한국 프로축구 연맹이 강력한 규탄 입장을 냈습니다. 연맹은 어제 보도 자료를 통해서 사과 없는 유벤투스의 후한 무치함에 실망과 분노를 금할 수 없다라고 밝혔습니다. Let's listen to the story.
The Korea Football Association has strongly condemned Italian professional football club Juventus for attempting to evade responsibility for the so-called Ronaldo no-show incident. On top of that, the KFA is also seeking hundreds of millions of won in compensation from the organization responsible for putting on the event. Responding to a letter from the KFA, Juventus chairman Andrea Agnelli flat out rejected the notion that his team brought any disrepute to the KFA.
네, 양쪽 다 아주 팽팽한 입장을 보이고 있네요. 뭐 이 기사는 사실 굉장히 요즘 많이 화두되고 있어서 여러분들이 내용을 많이 알고 계실 것 같은데요. 호날두가 나타나지 않은 것, 노쇼를 보인 것은 정말 무책임한 일이었다고 저도 생각을 하거든요.
You know, technically, maybe they should call it no play.
Yeah, no play.
'Cause he
That's
was
yeah, he
here.
was there. 보이긴 했네요, 그렇죠? 네, 그 벤치에 앉아 있는 모습은 우리가 봤잖아요, 그렇죠? 그래서 yeah, you're right. Technically, no play. All right, well, let's look at this in more detail. The Korea Football Association has strongly condemned Italian professional football club Juventus.
Now, that word in this context, condemned, means to, if you condemn something, then you say it is very bad and it is very unacceptable. So, of course, we're talking in the past tense here, condemned.
그렇죠. 그래서 criticize라고 하면 비난하다인데 물론 condemn도 찾아보면 비난하다라고 나와 있어요.
Sure.
근데 condemn이 좀 더 강한 느낌을 주는 건 것 같아요.
I think so. Criticize to me, this is just to me, but when I hear that word criticize, I think more of an opinion-based argument. So you may not like something for your own personal reasons.
그쵸.
You criticize a movie or something. But if you condemn something, to me, that gives a feeling of not only being stronger, but having a more official reason.
그렇죠. criticize는 개인적인 취향에 따라서 나 그거 별로 안 좋아해라는 그 정도의 비난이고요. condemn은 물론 좀 더 강한 느낌이긴 하지만 공식적으로 비난을 했을 때 condemn이라는 단어를 보실 수 있고요. 스펠링이 조금 어려워요. condemn이죠.
Yeah, good point. There is that MN at the end.
Exactly. So Juventus, they attempted to evade responsibility for the so-called Ronaldo no-show incident.
Right, that word evade, that's E-V-A-D-E, evade, and it means to find a way of not doing something that you really should do. So if our listeners think of the word avoid, which has a kind of similar sound, if you avoid something, you could also say that you evade something. Again, the difference, I think, just being evade sounds a bit stronger.
네, avoid하고 evade 같은 의미입니다. 근데 avoid를 생활용어에서는 좀 더 많이 쓰는 것 같고요. 그 이유는 evade가 좀 더 강한 느낌도 있고 좀 더 공식적인 표현이라고 보실 수 있을 것 같은데 피하다, 회피하다라는 의미를 갖고 있습니다. Now, on top of that, KFA is also seeking hundreds of millions of won in compensation.
Right, compensation is something that is given to make up for some kind of problem or trouble. It's very often money, but it doesn't have to be. There can be other things that serve as compensation, but most of the time it's money.
그렇죠. 보상이라는 뜻의 단어이죠. 뭐 돈일 수도 있고 다른 방법일 수도 있고요. And responding to a letter from the KFA, Juventus chairman Andrea Agnelli flat out rejected the notion.
Right, he not only rejected it, but he flat out rejected it. So when we use that expression, in this case, flat out, we are emphasizing that something is done completely and entirely.
네, flat out. 여기 flat이라는 단어가 있잖아요. flat은 평평한이라는 뜻이죠. 그러니까 굴곡 없이 일로 갔다 절로 갔다 회피하려고 하는 게 아니라 아주 단호하게 딱 부러지게 뭔가를 얘기를 할 때 flat out said, 뭐 flat out rejected 이런 식으로 사용하는 표현입니다. And one more that, they flat out rejected the notion that his team brought any disrepute to the KFA.
Right, disrepute. Now, disrepute is a loss or a lack of credit or reputation. So if we think of that word reputation, we can maybe see some similarities to disrepute.
맞아요. 어원이 비슷하죠. 그렇죠? reputation하고 disrepute하고 disrepute는 오명이나 악평을 뜻합니다. All right. Well, why don't we listen to this story one more time again?
The Korea Football Association has strongly condemned Italian professional football club Juventus for attempting to evade responsibility for the so-called Ronaldo no-show incident. On top of that, the KFA is also seeking hundreds of millions of won in compensation from the organization responsible for putting on the event. Responding to a letter from the KFA, Juventus chairman Andrea Agnelli flat out rejected the notion that his team brought any disrepute to the KFA.
Thank you, Walter. And now it's time to check the answer to the quiz question.
Well, if you're meeting your friends in a public place, especially a park, well, you're not doing anything with a plant. You must be on, number one, a picnic.
That's right. So the correct answer is number 1. And 서지선님, 이양순님, 오기대님, 두발잔차님, and 노을님, you are all the lucky recipients of the 저자극 순환 비누. So congratulations. 그리고 서지선님께서는 오늘 처음 들어오신 분이래요. Welcome to Morning
Yeah,
Special.
what a great way to start the show.
네, 당첨자는요 모닝 스페셜 홈페이지 선물 게시판에서 확인하실 수 있고요. 홈페이지에 주소를 남겨주시면 다시 한번 저자극 순환 비누를 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. And now, Walter, what's the expressional word that you picked for today?
Well, today I'll go back again to News Focus 2, and I'll look at that phrase, no less. It's a bit of a fun one, I think, that people can use, perhaps, I hope, in their daily lives. We use that expression, no less, when we want to emphasize some surprise or admiration of the importance of someone or something. So, our very good friend and writer, Paul, if Paul were to cook dinner for us, that itself might be a surprise. But if that dinner is steak and lobster, well, that's really surprising. So I'd say, you know what? Paul cooked dinner for us, and it was steak and lobster, no less.
Wow, 역시 폴이군요. And also, Walter is the best news guy. No less.
Oh, well, I'm not sure if it's true, but it's a good example.
It is true.
Thank
It
you.
is true. 네, 월터 선생님 오늘도 수고 너무 많으셨어요. But before you go, why don't we
Sure.
check some listeners' responses? 2584님 says, 주말에 한강 나들이 갑니다. 이번에는 맛있는 라면 먹으면서 추억 만들고 오렵니다. 네, 저희가 다시 한번
That's like
소개해드리는
deja
거예요.
vu.
이양수님께서요, 70된 소녀입니다. 늦깎이 영어 배우느라 힘듭니다.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. You know, learning, it's never too late.
It is truly never too late to learn. All you have to do is start.
Exactly. 김태리님 says, 안녕하세요. 불금의 방송에 글 처음 남겨봐요. 한강 공원 꼭 가봐야겠네요. 좋은 정보 감사합니다. And that's what we try to do here on Morning Special, right? To give you lots of practical and
useful,
useful.
interesting,
Am I just dubbing what you just
entertaining.
said? Those kind of news. Okay, well, 3626님 says, 와우, 월터 쌤 오늘 멋있는 유니폼이네요. 아주 편안해 보이는데 찜통 더위에 건강 조심하세요.
It is a bit of a casual Friday for me. So yes, indeed, this is a uniform. It's from a sport, the sport of auto racing. This is one of the team shirts from auto racing. So it's like a soccer uniform or a basketball, baseball uniform.
Yeah, I can tell. You have like logos of cars
Yeah.
and gas, petroleum companies and whatnot. Okay, well, here's a question from one of our listeners, Walter. 6748님 says, 두 분 덕분에 매일 도움받고 있습니다. 일주일에 한 번 영어 공부하는 친구 모임에서 궁금한 질문이 있어서 올리는데요. incident와 accident의 차이를 알려주세요.
Yeah, an incident can really be anything, but an accident is something that happened not on purpose. So they're both problems, but I'd say the accident is more random or less on purpose, and an incident is just a more general event.
맞아요. incident와 accident 둘 다 사건이죠. 근데 incident는 그냥 모든 걸 다 얘기할 수 있고요. accident는 우연히 생긴 사건을 말합니다. All right, well, thank you, Walter, for coming to the studio once again.
My pleasure, and surprise, surprise, we'll see you
What?
tomorrow.
That's right, I heard that. So I'll be here until Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow, Walter. Have a great day.
You too.
Coming up in the second hour of Morning Special, Easy Writing과 모닝 스페셜이 콜라보레이션해서 만든 코너죠. 영작 극장. 이 코너는요, 하루에 한 문장이라도 제대로 익혀보자는 취지에서 저희가 준비했는데요. And we also have our lifestyle tips segment with 정아. 기대가 많이 되는 2부 잠시 후에 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 그 전에 노래 한 곡 듣죠? Here is Elton John, Little Genie.